Good morning. It's good to be with you on this Monday morning. Let's take an opportunity this week to review some of the things that we saw in that 20th chapter of John's Gospel. This, of course, is the account of the resurrection. This is John, and this is much of it eyewitness testimony, because John, of course, was an eyewitness to this. In the text, John describes the disciple, the disciple that Jesus loved, and we know that's John talking about himself. And John and Peter run to the tomb after Mary Magdalene has told them that she went to the tomb of Jesus, but found that the stone had been rolled away from the front of the tomb. And the text has this scene where John says that he ran forward first, got to the tomb first. Peter ran in, was coming after him, ran there, looked inside the tomb to see what was going on, and then John looked in as well. And that's what John has for us in that initial scene. So this is early on Sunday morning, early in the morning, the first day of the week, right at sunrise, where these two disciples realize that something is up. And listen to what the text says. This is John's Gospel, chapter 20, verse 8. And the text tells us that when John came to the opening to the tomb and he went inside, the Bible just says these four simple words in the English. It says, he saw and believed. He saw and believed. Now, what did he see? And then why did he believe? Because he doesn't see Jesus. He doesn't see the resurrected Christ. He doesn't hear his voice. He doesn't sense his presence. He doesn't see anything like that. All he sees is an empty tomb. But when he sees that, when he sees the fact that the place where they had just laid Jesus 3 days previous, and then a stone had been rolled across it, he sees the empty tomb, looks inside and sees that. And that for John is enough. That convinces him. There's no need to be any further convinced of the thing. Doesn't need to be argued into it in any way. John sees the empty tomb. He sees the place where Jesus' body would lie, but he sees that his body is not there. And the text says he saw and believed. Just requiring that information, that's all it took. And John believes. And you and I, of course, are in the same position, are we not? Because we don't see Jesus. Jesus isn't on this earth with us in a physical form where we would see him. So we're much like the apostle, where we don't have that opportunity either. Yet we believe. We place our faith and trust in Christ. We know that we can rely on the salvation that Christ brings through his death on the cross, plus the gift that came to us through Christ's victorious resurrection, proving his victory over sin and death. We haven't seen Jesus either, but the text reminds us of the truth, just as John says. He says, he saw and believed.